Hey gaming fans, so today's another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile for the Edison format this time. This is Quickdraw Dandy Warrior, I think that's the name of it. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to build my own version of it, so I know there's a few builds out there that are kind of similar to this one, so I just thought it'd be fun. This deck is actually quite fun. There's a lot of things you can do with it, so many different options and so many things going on. So anyways, the core of the deck is the Quickdraw Synchron. So it's a machine, and he's 700 attack, but you don't use him to attack, really. You could send this monster from your hand to the graveyard and special summon this card from your hand. Then you can substitute for any Synchron tuner monster. So that's what makes him really good, because you can tap into all the different kinds of Synchro Monsters out there. And he cannot be used as a Synchro material monster except for the Synchro Summoner of one monster that lists a Synchron monster as a tuner monster. So you have to be careful with this one because he can only summon those guys. But anyways, you're pretty much always going to be going after, you know, Drill Warrior, which is the common Synchro you're going to pull out. And the card that obviously combos with him is Dandelion. So this format, there was 2 Dandelions allowed in the deck. That's what made this deck work, is essentially if you had Dandelion and Quickdraw Synchron, you would discard the Dandelion to special summon the Quickdraw Synchron. Then you would get the 2 tokens that Dandelion spits out every time it hits the graveyard, and then you could use those to go into Drill Warrior. And then with Drill Warrior, his effect allows you to discard a card to banish him until your next turn, and then when he comes back, you get to add a monster back to your hand. So maybe you'd grab your Dandelion or your Quickdraw, depending on what's in your hand. And then the rest of the deck, so I know there's builds that use plants and stuff. Like, you could do a lot of different things. You could play Lone Fire Blossom, but I wanted to go to Machine Route because I thought it was a little bit more fun. And this deck can draw some pretty crazy cards. So we got 3 Dark Sea Rescue. So this card is whenever it's used as a Synchro, as basically if it's used for a Synchro material, you get to draw a card. So really cool. So especially if you can get 3 on the field and use all 3 of them, you get to draw 3 cards. And then the same thing with Tuning Wear. Same idea. If this card can be treated as a level 2, even though it's a level 1. So you can use this as a level 2 for your Synchro summons. And the same idea, if he's used to if you use him to Synchro summon, you get to draw a card. Then we got 3 Breiko, the Lightsworn Hunters. This is really just to deal with troublesome cards on your opponent's side of the field, but also to mill like 3 cards off your deck to try and get, like, say, Dandelion into the graveyard or anything you might need into the graveyard. Same idea, we got Card Trooper here, which is a machine 4. He's also a good target for Debris Dragon. So again, you're getting stuff into the graveyard so you can bring them out with other cards. And then I put in 1 Sangan, pretty much just to search any of these things, in case you need a Raikou, or if you need a, I don't know, if you need your Card Trooper, or if you need a Junk Synchron, which I use to summon, you know, you can summon these guys out of the graveyard with his effect. Keep in mind that the effect is negated, so if you grab your Tuning Wear, you can't use him as a 2 tribute or a level 2 because his effect is negated. But you still can draw a card if you end up Synchro summoning with the one you pulled out of the grave, and then say something else. And then we have Debris Dragon, which also works with your Dandelion, your Card Trooper. Pretty much you're going to always want, if you can, you're going to want to grab your Dandelion, wherever the heck it went. I think I had, put it on the side there. You're going to always want to grab your Dandelions. So you can Debris Dragon into Dandelion, and then you can go into your Black Rose Dragon and blow up the field, and then you'll end up with 2 tokens. So that's pretty cool. Then we can go Super Nimble Mega Hamster. I pretty much threw this in there just to grab your Raikous, just to be a, you know, kind of like a 4th Raikou in the deck. That's all he could pretty much do, is he summons a Beast Monster, level 3 or lower Beast Monster face down. So I put 1 in the deck. And then to Machina Fortress. I figure we are playing a lot of machines in this deck that on their own are not really exciting, but with Machina Fortress in your hand, you could discard, say, one of the tuning wares in Machina Fortress to special summon him from the graveyard. So, you know, I just thought, I've seen some builds where they use multiple Machinas, Fortresses, and the gear frame. I tried that build out first, but I wasn't too crazy about it, so I just knocked this down to 2, just for, you know, a little extra spice in the deck. You know, if you pull that out, plus a few Synchro Monsters, it can just help you win the game. Then the thing that really adds to this deck is the 3 machine duplications. So, you know, you got your Dark Sea Rescue and your tuning wares, which are your targets. So even if you get one in the graveyard and then you use your junk synchron guy to pull him out of the graveyard, either one, then you can machine dupe the rest out of the deck. Or if you start off with your Quickdraw Synchron, you can, if you have extra monsters in your hand, you could discard one, special summon the Synchron, normal summon, say the tuning ware, and then dupe him into 2 more tuning wares, and then go into a big synchro, and then draw like 3 cards. So really cool, using the machine duplication card. And because we get a ton of monsters in the graveyard, and because of machine duplication, we want to go with a lot of recycling. So 3 Pot of Avarice. I'm pretty sure it's at 3 in this format. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But yeah, 3 Pot of Avarice to shuffle the 5. Plus, if any synchros end up in the graveyard, you shuffle them into the deck, and then you get to draw 2 new cards, and it makes your machine dupe live again. Because if you've used all your synchro or your machines to duplicate, you can put them back in the deck. So keeps those cards always live. 1 for 1, same idea. Your tuning ware and your tuning ware and the other guy are both level 1. Dark Sea Rescue are both level 1. So again, you can pull it out and then machine dupe it. So really cool. Foolish Burial, that'll help you get your Dandelion into the graveyard. So you just toss him into the graveyard, you get 2 tokens. Then if you have your Debris Dragon, you can bring him back, or any other monster you need to get into the graveyard. Even your Machina if you need to. Mind Control and Brain Control. You're playing a lot of tuners in this deck, so why not steal their monster and tune it into something good? And then for the rest of the spells, I just threw in 3 of the, you know, power spells. You know, Lightning Vortex is good. If you could discard something that you don't need in your hand that you can bring back, then you wipe out your opponent's monsters. Heavy Storm and you know, obviously Mystical Space Typhoon, just to deal with back row. And for traps, nothing exciting here, just some common traps. Call It a Haunt is really good, brings back whatever you need. Torrential Tribute, blow up the field. Mirror Force, save your butt. So that's pretty much the build that I threw together. Still tweaking around, playing with it. I might fix it up again. For the synchros, again, I'm still working on these. Like Drill Warrior is one of the main ones you're going to want. Junk Warrior for sure. I don't use those. I even grabbed the right thing. Nope. Sorry, wrong deck. This is the one I want. Armory Arm. And we got Alley of Justice Catastor. I just threw in a lot of good stuff. Junk Warrior. You need those ones that require a Synchron tuner. So I tried to throw in as many as I could. Bryonic, just a good level 6. Drill Warriors, of course, we need the 2 Drill Warriors. Magical Android, you know, Iron Chain, because we are playing Debris Dragon and he can only summon dragons, so you gotta be careful with that, so I put that in there. Goyo Guardian. Then we got the 2 Ancient Fairy Dragon and Black Rose Dragon. Those are your level 7s, just to summon off Debris. And again, you can always shuffle these back into your deck with the Pot of Avarice. Stardust Dragon, just a level 8, in case you need to go into that. And Road Warrior, again, he requires Road Synchron, so your Synchro guy can go into him. And then I just threw in some more, just, you know, Colossal Fighter and Thought Ruler Archfiend. But I mean, there's a lot of just one-ofs because, again, we are playing 3 Pot of Avarices. So if these guys end up in the graveyard, you can pretty much just put them back into the deck and resummon them through quick draws and whatever else you need. Anyways, yeah, that's the deck that I threw together. I've been playing around with it. I've been testing it against my Lightsworn deck. So far, it keeps winning. You know, Lightsworns are always kind of a gamble because depending on how you mill your cards. But I just thought that this deck has a lot of potential going on, and it's so much fun to play. I might try to change it into the plant version and see how that one runs too. Anyways, let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. Always like to hear what you have to say. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.